Hi everyone, here we are in Berlin for PO Days, ITEA Project Outline Days with Ferdinand. Hi Ferdinand, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, hi Daniel. Yeah, Ferdinand from NXP CTO organization. I'm happy to be here in Berlin, this exciting city with this very exciting brokerage event of ITEA 2023.
Yeah, we have like nice venue here. It's a nice weather outside also. It's 30 degrees in September, right?
Nice weather, and each time I met Daniel, we celebrate an award for NXP. So
Yes,
it's a funny thing here, yeah?
Yeah, so last year we had the PO Days in Helsinki for ITEA and we won. NXP it was part of the consortium who won.
Exactly. The Optimum project won, and this year, and this is now even another great story, is that the I2PANEMA project.
We recognize that one project was really successful in all the three aspects. So innovation, business impact, and also standardization. So you will see this outstanding project at the end.
I2PANEMA has won this year the Excellence Prize, and it's a project about maritime, about bringing IoT devices to maritime world, right? To manage ships, to manage containers, to make the world of shipping a little bit safer and a little bit more predictable, right?
Yes. Like you said, Daniel, the urbanization, the result is that you have more and more traffic, at the ports, at the harbors, and this means you have an increasing amount of noise and air pollution. And to minimize this, to optimize this, you need IoT.
Well, the I2PANEMA project was all about unleashing the power of IoT into the world of ports and operations to actually make them more efficient, more sustainable, and also more secure. One wonders how much still, also nowadays, is just done in paper and phone calls in terms of port operations. And so, the idea is creating new business opportunities also and deploying innovative measures in the port, like, for example, improvement in terms of environmental factors like dust, for example, or even noise emissions, or things like more efficient traffic control in the port area, not only the ships, but also all the trucks that come into the port areas. I mean, there's a lot of traffic going around that can be managed more efficiently using IoT and overall increasing energy efficiency in the whole operation.
And the project won 3 prizes in one, right? So it was innovation, business impact, and also standardization. They came up with the standard also.
Exactly.
Very good chance for NXP to be part of this project, and I'm really happy. We'll go ask more details from the team who was part of it to be able to explain what we've done and what technology exactly was used. And
we had 9 different business cases in the project, and we had ports all over Europe. So we had a port from Turkey, port from Spain, port from Germany. And what we did here was to kind of take one of the business case and then see how we could put NXP technologies in this use case, and then see what kind of changes or what kind of betterment can we do in terms of sustainability, efficiency in the port area. So the use case, what I would be telling now, is about Port of Nuremberg. And in this port, there is a use case. The use case was about how to reduce noises. So basically, whenever there is when the ships come over to the harbor, and then there is the containers have been put onto the port, the cranes make a lot of noise, taking the containers out. And the idea here is the area where the cranes operate with respect to containers is very noisy, and the people around, living around this area can have a lot of problems because of this loud noises. The idea was to kind of create a noise cancellation mechanism, so that we could cancel off the noise which comes out from this container movement. And then the idea here was to create an anti-noise, or basically a noise of opposite phase, so that they could cancel each other. And by that, the noise is kind of reduced, as Felix said.
Right. Yeah. So it's simple, right? The goal of the project was to turn a port into an opera house, right? Where basically
something like that, I would say. So it would not be like pin drop silence, but there will be a noise, but it is much bearable than huge noises late in the night.
So, but case was also this is a very sound pollution and noise pollution is clearly a big problem, especially for a port. So how was that done in a very high level point of view with the NXP technology? Where is the IoT factor in this solution blending in.
So what we did was create wireless sensor nodes using NXP technologies. So for which we used the Kinetis microcontroller, which is KW32061. This is basically a thread Bluetooth Zigbee wireless radio microcontroller, and to which we have connected microphones. And this is connected to a LPC 5500 series microcontroller with digital interfaces. So this is an M33 microcontroller. These two together kind of form a wireless sensor node. So the K32 is more a wireless transceiver, and the LPC 5500 is then connected to this sensor, which is then the microphone. So what you do is you place all these wireless sensor nodes across the port area and measure the noise at different levels. And this data is actually transferred to a cloud where it is more analyzed based on the spatial spectrum. Like basically when you see a kind of a spatial map of where the noises are, this is where you get that through this multiple microphones. How to cancel this with an opposite phase noise. So basically we also have speakers around all this port area, and the speakers emit a noise which is just opposite phase to the noise coming from the container movement. So what you do, then they both cancel each other, then there is less of a noise which kind of emits out of the port area.
I've been surprised the project lead we just discussed the project, and he told me that up to 10 to 15% of the containers get lost somewhere in the traffic, right? And putting a tag and maybe being able to localize them, it's absolutely a problem and a topic. And NXP has participated and worked on the security, doing a security audit, a security assessment. I think we need to talk to the engineers in NXP. I'll talk and insert the...
We will reach out for them. Unfortunately, they could not be here today these days, but we will reach out for them and then listen to them, because our security, our security environment, systems, devices are benchmark, and the containers, we have on all these ships, and these are hundreds, thousands of containers. If you want to tag them, you want to tag them secure, you want to know where they are, and you don't want that they get hacked, because else, the doors open for any criminals. So this is one key topic of this
project. Yeah.
Well, it's an IoT solution, so as in its nature, this thing is connected to the internet, which obviously involves like potential security threats or also trust and privacy issues potentially. And so one very important part and big NXP contribution also in the project was bringing in our bringing in our security expertise also to all business scenarios in the project. So not only the one I've already talked about, but also the other business scenarios in the project.
During this design phase of the system, so what we did here in this use case was, like, as I said, it's an IoT network. So these are all wireless sensor nodes. And each of this wireless sensor node is an unique identity, or like it has its own identity in a network. So whenever it kind of comes into the network, what we do is identification of this device, whether it's a genuine device or a fake device. And then there is also this authentication happening between multiple sensor nodes to the cloud. And with this authentication, what we also do is the data, what is being sent from this wireless sensor node is encrypted, so that none of them can be kind of read out or like easily heard by somebody else on the outside. So there is encryption, there is authentication, all these things incorporated in the design from the starting phase.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ferdinand. I hope next year we meet again. NXP is going to win an excellence prize, right? It's like we get used to it, right?
The chances are high because, in these days there are 80 project proposals, about 80 project proposals.
Yes, we were amazed how many proposals there were this year in ITEA, and how much work.
A first assessment shows that about 20 are interesting for us.
Yeah, already, but it's
not
a big
only,
number, right?
Not only for us, but also also for our customers like Bosch, like Nokia, Ericsson, Siemens. They are all here.
They were all here.
And they are all very interested and approached us to work again together, to do something together, and to build not only nice demonstrators, but work also on the standardization, innovation part of these important software.
Software. We were laughing. We did an interview with Jean-François. Software is everywhere, right? So now basically everything is more or less defined. The soul of almost everything starts to be the software written, right? So a lot of work and a lot of projects probably for ITEA, which is a software innovation focused.
Don't be surprised when we approach you to brainstorm with you if you can contribute into one of the upcoming innovative projects. It would be a great opportunity, not only for you, but for us, for the NXP.
Yeah, and it's not only in ITEA framework, right? Let's say from NXP perspective, there are other programs, other projects. So here we are, and we'll work, because it's a lot of work and innovation going on these days, and a lot of projects. Thank you, Ferdinand. A real pleasure to see you.
Yes.
And I really hope next year we're gonna make another video and show again another project which is successful, right? Or maybe we don't need to wait a year, right? No. There are other programs. Thanks everyone, take care there. Be safe.
We need you.